Welcome on to another video, and today we're looking at what if civilization on another planet Iridium series. Now, Baron Show, which I've given the name here for this federation. The Federation of Baron Show is what happened last video, and we're going to see stuff happen this video too. So, if you were wondering what will happen and to this, don't worry, things will happen. And the first thing that happens is expansion. They start expanding, they go up to this river, they cross it, but they don't cross it fully just yet. Take these areas, they get in a bit of a fight around this region, which is so and so, and how they act towards it. Eventually, they also start to move over here. These regions are being fought over, although they are bought eventually by Baron Shao for a handsome sum. And same with this thing, that everything over here that looked weird for the Baron Shaos, they bought, and basically that's what happened. Eventually they started to move up north, and also started to take a lot of territory, although they stopped around these regions, partly because they were going a bit too far, and the regions that they stopped at were these regions, because their people were like, okay, we want to cross the rivers, and then we just want to go into the large unexplored region of no rivers. And everyone was like, yo, let's just take a pause real quick, because we're gonna basically go into very large problem. Gonna have a very large problem in a bit. Eventually, they did have a problem, but they solved that by selling the lands that they just took over here. And this guy started to even expand down south, allowing for the Baron Shows to also ask around for details on the northern regions. Currently, the Baron Shows are doing well. News of the north hasn't reached them, that being the WICSO Empire and all of that. But most of all, they get news that these two nations have just united to make a Eastern Federation or Eastern Empire, basically. Eventually, these two nations kind of start to hate each other, and some Baron Show people start occupying these regions and aren't letting go. The Baron Shows tell these guys that they can have free range of the people. They do, and they subjugate the people, but they do it in a way that makes the Baron Show people just declare independence, and immediately they do take control of these regions, and then they join the Baron Shows, which these guys are going to say, yo, we want our lands back, so we're taking some of your territory over here as a repercussion of what your people have done. And the people just fight back over here. They don't like this, what's being done. And eventually the Baron Shows see that the people are getting killed mercilessly, even in their homelands, because some of these guys have started to kind of follow the rivers, then they go over here, follow more rivers, and once they get to a major populated area, which I'm gonna need to make cities soon, and towns and all that, they are going to just fight over that. And Baron Show is going to declare war and send in its first and second army, which both number together like around 6,000 men, while the WICSOs, who currently are alone, have less, basically, because we're going to get to the WICSOs, because I'm just gonna say the WICSOs are going to do something this episode which will be very important for the future of the series. As you can see, many of the forces of Baron Show managed to do a lot against the enemy, and eventually the enemy surrenders, deciding that it is better to give up now, as they were on the brink of falling and their people had just started to riot against the war. Seeing this, the Baron Shows would force these guys to give up mostly very much of the territory. They were only confined to some of the territory, and the rest of it was like free game basically. Anyone could have it. And basically I'm just putting these in because I really much want to make sure these don't really look weird. Partly because of that, but also because the Baran shows took most of this nation's territory, and what was left afterwards was just what they kind of got. The Baran shows were basically very non-tolerant of a war like this. Eventually these guys managed to recover, but due to their less access to water regions or regions containing a river, they had more problems and all that. Also, I've added something very cool, a language thing, because I've been developing this and it's gotten on my nerves, because sometimes it didn't listen to me. And these are the characters that are being used up over here. On the lower part, on the top is the letters of the Iridians, or also known as the Sordius script, and on the lower part, that's how they're pronounced. The short is this weird set, and in the middle is our alphabet. So actually, it's the Estonian alphabet because I'm Estonian and I very much like my own ways. So it's gonna be hard to kind of learn, but hey, it happens. But eventually, these two also kind of have a kind of union, and they quickly create a new nation. But I'm gonna have to end the video here prematurely because that's all I had time for. Basically, I'm also going to say that these guys would eventually just go to war with this guy over here, wanting the territories over here, which they would get. And once they took these territories, they would look at Baran Show and be like, okay, here's the deal, we're gonna take these areas, you're gonna like it, and that's all. And also subscribe, like, all that shit.